Mom Talks hydroponic farming. What is it exactly? We'll dispel the myths and get down to the nitty-gritty and all the benefits from it as well.
We sure will. And also coming up, one of the Colts play.
Go ahead, Lori. Just do it.
I know.
Don't let producer Janine's carefully constructed rundown stop you from taking a picture.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted to. Okay, you're ready to go.
Matt Overton's over there. We're going to talk to him about a cool space to tailgate. But
that's perfect. There we go. She did. She absolutely did.
I want to talk to Ryan about hydroponics. I know you were talking Amber earlier during daybreak.
I'm going to go and get this fish on too because we're going to demo some fish tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, so hydroponic farming.
When I hear hydroponic, a lot of people go, "Oh, you're
exactly.
a farmer."
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So
well, we're actually farming a different type of lettuce here. We're doing what's called Boston lettuce, and you see it in the stores all the time. You see it with the root, you see it without the root. It's a really beautiful product, and it works out great in the greenhouse because it's so delicate. I mean, the pressures from outside. You got rain, you got dirt, you got frost. You can really control those elements by bringing them inside.
That's
so
it's
a great product for that. And it's a great lettuce.
It's a richer, it looks a little thicker, the leaves look a little more dense.
Great.
Well, they call it butter lettuce for a reason. It's got great texture. I mean, you can just feel the texture on it. It's just,
We've got
sits
plenty.
really nice.
You know what I was telling Ryan earlier too, when I almost hate buying lettuce and like salads because I don't eat it fast enough and it goes bad so quickly, but Ryan, you're saying
16 days.
Not this.
You can sit you can sit this in your fridge for 16 days and you can just gradually peel leaves off, use it as you go.
Nice.
It's great on sandwiches.
It's one at a time.
Well, I was watching This Week with John Oliver last night. He was talking about food waste. You've talked about food waste in the past.
We're at almost 40%.
It's embarrassing.
40% of our fresh food in America goes in the trash.
If you can keep it for 16 days, it's more likely it's not going to end up in a landfill.
And it comes in a clamshell, so you can, as you use it, you can keep it and store it. You don't have to use a bag. You got a great sustainable factor to it, or you can just keep going and you know, I mean, it's a good product.
And Lori, we're gonna show us how to use it.
Let's show you how to use it. Okay, so these leaf lettuce items from Tanimura Antle, this Hydro Bib is perfect for lettuce wraps.
Okay.
And we're gonna just make a real quick fish taco. This is just some cod, which I'm showing you. It's so easy to make. When it flakes, it's done. Okay.
I assume you can pretty much, any fish.
Any fish that you like.
You'd like to use,
just whatever fish you like. You can use really whatever fish you like.
Well, I love how these make they're almost like like the parts of the sandwich, like the bread, the tortilla, the whatever.
Yes. So this, and then we're just using a hatch chili salsa that I got at the grocery store. That's a fun in-season item. And some guacamole. We added some mango for color and flavor. Another fun way to top it, utilizing your really seasonal ingredients right now. This is the blueberry salsa that we're going to make in the next segment.
Oh, okay.
Michigan boy, you love your blueberries.
Well, with the heat and the humidity lately, who wants to really?
Yeah, for sure.
It also goes great on a cheeseburger, though, too. If you.
Oh yeah, that's
okay. So if you want to go that route.
Yes, and one thing that we should mention: how do you take a lettuce that is whole and make it ready to eat? Because so many of us are used to. Honestly, just opening up the bag. And that is, it's great because it gets more of us eating salads, but it really affects your eating experience because this just tastes so good and fresh.
What's the best way to store this? I mean, do you have to wrap it or just?
I would store it right back in the clamshell.
Yeah, and this plastic container, grab it, Ryan. I'm getting bossy.
So the clamshell is in this plastic container.
The clamshell seals back up, and so you can basically take that, seal it up, put it back in the fridge, and again, 16 days is just a recommendation, but as long as you're keeping an eye on it, you're fine.
We're talking weeks instead of days. It makes a huge difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It's very clean, but you still always need to wash your produce. Cold running water is what the USDA and everyone in ag recommends, and you can rinse it and then actually just store it back in the clamshell, and it'll keep fine, or leaf by leaf.
So how did you? Are you a multi-generational farmer, or
so my grandparents farmed artichokes. And my brother actually works for Tanimura Antle also. He manages our onion program out of Salinas, California. So, TNA is a family company. They're all about family. Anybody you talk to in the whole place is related one way or another.
It's one of America's oldest and largest family farms. And it's really cool because you can find their products throughout the nation and really throughout the world. And hydroponics also, they utilize 90%.
Yes, 90% less water and 90% less fertilizer.
Wow.
That's way big considering what's happening.
And considering it's being grown in water,
Yeah.
it's great.
So when did you guys, I mean, hydroponics hadn't been around so long.
Yeah.
When did the family and the farm really discover that that was going to be the way to go?
Well, you know, we've been doing this for about 7 years now. So it's a constant learning process. We're really looking into new technologies, but you're right, with what's going on in the West with the drought, this is a great way to control that. And I think technologies like hydroponics are really going to be our next step towards using less water.
And do you think people too, you know, with everything that we buy in store, Laura, you mentioned, you know, the bag lettuce, obviously convenience, but do you think it's just lack of education when it comes to these sorts of things, people not knowing? Because I know you go to the grocery store and there's just tons of stuff. Yeah, what do you choose? The bag's easiest. Is that how it is?
I think absolutely, and I think that that what we've been able to do through the Produce Mom, coming forward with just a single destination for consumers to learn how to select, store, and serve their fruits and vegetables, and the success we've had with that platform, speaks to the fact that consumers just need the education
to tell them, you know, let them know how to
Everyone's
use it.
interested in eating more of this stuff.
Yeah,
you know, and it does taste good if you're preparing it the right way, or even if you're just choosing the right seasonal ingredients. You know, it always tastes
just
great.
figuring out how to do it, right?
It's about taking that initial step and trying it. Trying something outside of the box. And I think
Produce Mom is good at getting us to do that.
Exactly.
Shoving us in a new direction.
We like
and she's
that.
going to be looking over in that direction because, as we've already established, Matt Overton wants to give you a cool space to tailgate.
Yeah, you're wearing your workout shoes.
My legs, I can feel the burn.
I have never interviewed somebody who is from so close to where I'm from. Sharon Robb is from the rival high school that I grew up, 6 miles away, just up old US 31.
Yep.
Love it.
We can get along, right?
We
for a
can
few
get along.
minutes?
We just stay over there.
That's all right. But we're talking blueberries. Blueberries are in season, and I know enough that Michigan is the blueberry capital of the world, and that's local
there's
enough.
A lot.
Right?
Yes. Well, and according, like we said in the first segment, according to Ag, you know, if it's within 400 miles, it can be marketed as local and eligible for the different you know, subsidies and whatnot that is available to promoting locally grown. So
it got driven here. It wasn't shipped via Lord knows what means.
So we're gonna make two things. We'll probably maybe even do them simultaneously as we
probably could.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is show people how to simply make a fruit pizza, and don't overcomplicate it. Fruit pizzas are a cookie crust, so just get your pre-made dough and
you're gonna make a super cookie, basically. Right?
Yeah, you make a big cookie, and then so you just smash this into the shape you want.
Are these always with a cookie crust? Because I know when I make a fruit pizza, sometimes I use like a crescent roll crust. So can you do both, or is this
you can do both.
Okay.
This is probably more traditional because the crescent rolls are used more for veggie pizza.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so you know, you just kind of shape it into a big cookie, keeping in mind that it will expand. I always prepare on parchment paper when I'm making a fruit pizza, and then this is just a traditional pizza pie tin. So that goes into the oven, and then voila! Here we go. This is
so fast. You are so fast.
All right, so this is a pre-made one, and typically also with your fruit pizzas. And this is the Produce Mom spin on the fruit pizza. It's this cream cheese frosting.
Oh, I know. Marshmallow cream, vanilla.
I know. So this is just a combination of a low-fat Greek yogurt and an almond butter.
Oh,
okay.
And if you want to sweeten it with honey, you can, or you can take the Produce Mom shortcut and just buy the almond butter that has the honey in it.
And that acts as an adhesive for the fruit to stay on.
Yeah. So, and it's delicious to have that flavor with it. So I'll go ahead and get our fruit pizza decorated. And then Sharon she brought ingredients here. This is just stunning. I love how pretty fresh produce is, but she's going to demonstrate that blueberry salsa that we
you
used
mentioned earlier.
with the fish tacos.
Yes.
By all means, Sharon, please.
All right. So basically, I took some simple ingredients. Obviously, the majority of it is going to be our blueberries. We have beautiful fresh blueberries right now out of Michigan, and I just picked these up from one of our growers over in the Paw Paw region. And so we're going to start with, our blueberries.